you look at this case and the filing that the SEC just made. If you're the judge, you do what to Elon Musk?
Well, I have to say, I think the SEC has acted very responsibly. We've got a CEO who, I guess for want of a better word, is irrepressible. He needs to have a certain amount of repression of his instinctive drive to go to Twitter. So I think that holding him in contempt, fining him, and leaving him with strict instructions that if this continues, the punishment will be worse, would be in order. At least that's what I would do under the circumstances. He is flaunting the judicial decree that he agreed to back in September.
What kind of fine are we talking about here?
I don't know, but I'm assuming, fines that would be in the tens of millions of dollars to make at least an impact. He's got plenty of money. The point is to show him that if he continues issuing tweets without getting them pre-cleared, he is headed for very serious problems.
Right. Harvey, though, should the fine be for Elon Musk, and I don't want to dissuade you of that, but also for the company itself, and frankly, even for the shareholders to pay, given that it appears that the board and management did not put in any meaningful place a system, even though I know the SEC says that they tried to put something in place, but one that's working to pre-clear these emails or these social media messages?
I think there's a fundamental problem here. Musk is a creative genius. I don't think anybody would deny that. Therefore, he has real value to the company. On the other hand, he does not function the way a normal CEO should function. There has to be something that represses this instinctive drive to put things out on Twitter and just give vent to his every thought and emotion that comes into his head. So in that sense, I'm not certain how much the company itself can do. He did go on the 60 Minutes show back a while and said after the settlement that nobody was reviewing his tweets. And yeah, we may make some mistakes, but in essence, not in these words, who cares? To me, that shows somebody who does not take any of this seriously. And at least what the SEC is trying to do is get the judge to focus on the fact that unless something is put in place now, he's just going to keep on doing this and cost the shareholders huge amounts of money.
And finally, though, we saw that Tesla's lawyer, the general counsel, left the company. Do you think that there's a larger problem inside this company?
Yes, I do. I don't know whether the general counsel left, and it was after 2 months, because of any of these issues. But I suspect that what it is that Mr. Musk does not really take advice very well. And for somebody who's a high-powered, very capable lawyer, as Mr. Butswinkas was and is, that has to be incredibly frustrating. I think the same problem exists in a lot of areas, and unless the board steps up its oversight, we will continue to see this huge amount of turnover.
Right. Hey, Harvey, one last thing that I've been thinking about. And it's to a point that actually Elon Musk made himself on 60 Minutes when he said free speech. He said something like, duh, free speech, or I don't remember exactly how he'd said it. But the point being, can you set up a system? Do you effectively need every tweet and everything he says to be pre-cleared, or is there some other system? Because what's happened here is they say we have a system in place, which is that if you think you have material information, you're supposed to go to the lawyer and then have that pre-vetted. But if you don't think that, you can obviously still tweet whatever you want.
That's right. I mean, I'm a big fan of free speech. I think what I'm not a fan of is reckless speech. And the law has always understood a distinction between the two. Now the problem is to see if Mr. Musk can grasp that distinction as well.